So we would talk about CloudFormation. CloudFormation is one of the most popular AWS service to go ahead and create AWS resources using infrastructure as code. So in CloudFormation, this is a service that helps us model and set up AWS resources um, in a consistent way. So one of the challenges of creating an EC2 instance or S3 bucket, for example, using the console is we may have different people create those instances in different ways. We may have engineers not following the same operating procedures and same steps when they create the EC2 instances. The other challenge we may face is there might be errors in creation of resources when we create them from the console. So most organizations slowly have moved towards infrastructure as code. When we use infrastructure as code, what happens is we can codify our infrastructure and we can host that on a Git repository or any kind of code repository. And we can use all the same, I would say, controls that we use for codes. Now, to see how we can use CloudFormation, we would click here on Create Stack, choose an existing template. I can go ahead and specify the template either in on an S3 bucket or I can upload it from my system. I would go ahead and try to use one of my um, EC2 YAML files. Now, if I try to see this YAML file to understand uh, how it is constructed, it's pretty straightforward. It's not very difficult to understand. As you can see here, its resources. We define it in this particular way as a YAML file. We can also define it as a JSON file. We define what type of instance it is. We basically add tags, like I have added this tag here. And we have to, as in this case, as in this code, we have to pass the image ID, that is the AMI. Now, it is important that in my environment or in my account, I have this image ID. So let me just confirm if I have this image ID existing. Because if I don't have that image ID, I should expect an error. So here I am in the AMIs, and I see I do have this AMI 46F. Now this is the same AMI that my code is calling. And what it is basically doing is it is creating an EC2 instance from this image. Now, pretty simple. Instance type is T2 micro. I have tags enabled. I have my name of the system as my EC2 instance. And this code should go ahead and help me create a EC2 instance. So let me go back to CloudFormation and create the stack. With a new resource, I am uploading the template file. This is the same template file we just looked at. I give a stack name. So as we can see here in the left-hand pane, it's a 4-step process. I will, for this demo, not use IAM role. I will not assign it any role as such. And that's it. I would submit it and wait to see whether it successfully created the infrastructure for me or not. Now, what we do in practical world is we create very detailed uh, cloud formation scripts that defines every parameter and maybe even the CIS benchmarks in the code itself. So when a user checks out that file and uses that file or uses that code through their CI/CD pipeline, the EC2 instances which get launched are production ready, and there is very minimal chances of any kind of errors coming up. So as we saw, it says create complete. What that means is I should be able to go to my EC2 dashboard and see this instance which currently would be running. So this is my EC2 instance created not from the console, but using CloudFormation and infrastructure as code.